Live at 5, this is 13 News Now.
All public schools in the 7 cities are closed tomorrow, and parents are eager to get their kids back in class. I know I am. Hello, everyone. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm David Allen. So what's keeping kids from getting to school 5 days after the snow? 13 News Now reporter Stephen Graves is live for us tonight in Virginia Beach. And Stephen, the snow-covered parking lots and roads play a pretty big role here.
David, a huge role as schools try to work out transportation for buses and just general people coming to these schools. At Kempsville High, it's a little slushy leading up to it. We have seen crews out here, but it's a different story at other schools we went to. Take a look. With freezing temps behind us, finally the thaw out begins. It's not necessarily a good thing if you ask second grader Matthew. He's enjoying his days off from school.
I like the snow. I like my dogs because my dogs were playing outside.
For 3 days, he's been off, and thousands of others in Virginia Beach too, like 8th grader Luke here.
And you're like, oh, school's off, and then you're like, oh, I gotta make up those days. So it's a win-win, lose-lose.
But while he's sledding away, city staff say they're almost done plowing all school lots. This one in Kempsville, we spotted work happening today. We went to Norfolk too. Here at Booker T. Washington High School, you can see the pavement easily. A school spokeswoman says 80 to 90% of lots will be done by the end of Monday. But in Chesapeake, school's off for Tuesday, and here you can tell why. Thurgood Marshall Elementary looks barely touched. Luke's father, a teacher in Virginia Beach, says taking school off is needed. Neighborhoods aren't the best.
We don't want a bus to slide off the road into some of these deep ditches in the neighborhoods where, you know, you're out in Pungo or Sandbridge.
And from another viewpoint, take regular drivers like Paul here. He got a flat tire today. He welcomes the no school calls lately.
And I think people think it's warmer, so they're feeling braver and they're taking chances, and yeah, the fewer people, the better.
Waiting for Mother Nature to do her part in the thaw out. And Norfolk Public Schools say they have a lot more to worry about other than parking lots. We'll explain that in the next hour. In the meantime, like you all said, all 7 cities have closed schools, but go to our website for a full list of closings, and you can also download our 13 News Now app. Reporting live in Virginia Beach, I'm Stephen Graves, 13 News Now.
All right, Stephen, thank you. Well, parents, you may be wondering what all these snow days mean for makeup days. A few school systems have already outlined their plans. Virginia Beach schools don't have snow days built into the calendar. Makeup days will be designated by the superintendent and may include available staff days or holidays. Norfolk Public Schools used 2 days left over from the fall for Thursday and Friday. January 29th will be the makeup day for today. And school officials in Newport News say one inclement weather day is included in the calendar. A plan for the other days has yet to be decided. And Suffolk administrators say they have not finalized their makeup days as of yet.
We're finally starting to thaw out, and many people still are having fun with the snow. This photo was sent to us by Michael Berg in Norfolk. Look how the snow fell, almost in the shape of a snowman on that chair. Look at that. Well, Evan, the snowman won't stick around much longer now that things are starting to warm up, huh?
That's right. That snowman is going to have to go thumpity-thump-thump on his way because temperatures will be warming up over the next few days. Today, we're up into the 40s. We'll see 40s, 50s, and even 60s in the extended forecast. Now, outside right now, it's 39, so temperatures are dropping. We've got a mix of clouds and sunshine right now, but those southwest winds will help push temperatures up a little bit as we go through the day tomorrow. Now, we are also tracking a little bit of some rain out there. It's out towards the west right now, and we have seen maybe a few sleet pellets trying to mix in up across the eastern shore. Not expecting widespread frozen precipitation, but again, those showers will continue to work their way eastward. So if you have evening plans, grab that umbrella because we will likely see a little bit of light rain, especially through northern parts of the area. Notice how on the southern side of that, we're seeing a lot of that falling apart. But again, we will look for some of those showers and that light rain moving through a little bit later on tonight, and things will clear out by tomorrow morning. A few more clouds out along the Virginia Beach ocean front with the snow-covered ground. So over the next 6 hours, temperatures dropping down to about 37 degrees. So we're not looking at that big drop tonight. Most spots should remain above freezing, so we're not looking at nearly as many issues on the roadways with some refreezing, but also notice those chances of rain going up as we get closer to midnight. As I mentioned, temperatures in the 50s and 60s in the 7-day forecast, and then another big drop by early next week. Details on that coming up in a few minutes.
Right now, volunteers in Newport News are hard at work helping the elderly. The snowstorm and lingering rough road conditions have made daily deliveries tough. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clemens shows us how volunteers are trying to get things back on track.
Hi, Mr. Moran's Meals on Wheels.
How you doing?
The snow and ice are starting to melt away. That means volunteers with the Peninsula Agency on Aging are back to work.
Miss Brown?
Delivering hot meals to hundreds of senior citizens in Newport News.
I really appreciate it. Because I ain't got no wife and nobody but me.
For 5 days a week, volunteers brave just about all the elements, providing several services, including transportation and Meals on Wheels. However, they ran into a problem last week. Snow.
And the seniors love having somebody come visit them. That's probably the only person they'll see all day.
And not just the snow, but the ice, creating challenges for volunteers even on today.
Hi, how are you?
Vice President of Community Services Gerald Patesel says they weren't able to deliver the hot meals on Thursday and Friday because of the weather. This is the first hot meal for hundreds of senior citizens since last Wednesday.
We wanted to make sure we try to get them a hot meal today and a visit from a volunteer.
We followed Patesel on one of their 39 routes. That's where we met Dorothy Barnes.
Hi, Miss Barnes. How are you doing today?
Counts it a blessing to get a hot meal every day.
I thank God for all of it because it comes from their heart. And I would just feel like God is blessing all of us.
Volunteers served about 140,000 meals last year. They hope to keep up the pace in 2018. Barnes, thankful for the kindness of others.
They are an organization that God laid on their heart to help us.
And of course, a hot meal. In Newport News, Nico Clemens, 13 News Now.
Hampton Roads Transit is up and running again, but on a limited schedule. Look for these snowflakes that mark the 11 snow routes currently operating. Buses on these routes will run once an hour. The light rail and ferry will run once every 30 minutes.
A cold winter has been tough on some of our animal friends. 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton looks at how the frigid temperatures can be a danger to wildlife.
There's the longtail. She's up, Tom. She's swimming to the right.
For Tom and Karen Beatty.
Do you see her? She's facing us now, swimming to the right.
Looking at birds.
And right out here, there's 4 little ruddy ducks coming in.
Isn't just a hobby for them.
There's a female merganser. Just make sure it's a red-breasted.
It's the pair's passion.
You want to go out and see what you can in the bad weather because it makes the birds do different things.
Now, Allie McNaughton with the Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center says birds and ducks can handle these cold conditions. If they get too cold and they're in the water, they can always fly away to another area, like those rocks.
Most of the animals in our region are very well equipped to dealing with cold weather.
But that's not the case for all. Sea turtles have an extremely difficult time adapting to colder water temperatures.
If it drops too quickly or if it gets below a certain point and they haven't left the region. They should be going further south, but there's a variety of reasons why they may be here and they could be kind of caught by surprise.
And McNaughton isn't surprised. They've been to 39 responses and 17 of those sea turtles were admitted to rehab.
When they are cold stunned, they are very, very ill animals and it's a very stressful thing for them to go through.
And while McNaughton continues her passion for helping animals, the Beatties will continue theirs too.
Oh, there's the longtail, I think, Tom.
In Virginia Beach, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
McNaughton says if the animal does die because of the cold weather, usually it was ill in the first place. That makes the conditions more stressful to survive in. If you see an animal in distress, call the aquarium.
2 fires at the same Chesapeake home in a 10-hour period. It all happened on Basswood Court. The first fire started shortly before 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Investigators say flames spread from the chimney to the second floor and attic. Firefighters were not only dealing with flames, but also with the cold weather. Some even slipped on ice. The rehab unit was there to monitor crews' vitals, offering firefighters an opportunity to recover.
They're like awesome. These men and women like come out here in freezing temperatures to, help somebody in need.
Around 2:30 this morning, flames returned, burning through the roof. Firewalls protected other homes. Investigators are working to learn if this second fire was a rekindle of the original blaze.